a transformation of a figure is a change in its position, shape, or size. The original figure is called the pre-image. We do this a little bit with constructions. And after the figure is transformed, it is called an image. So, pre-image first, and then image second. In isometry is a type of transformation where figures are congruent. So basically you have this hierarchy that you have transformation, and then you have isometries, and then you have dilations. So dilations are when you expand or shrink an object, and so it's not necessarily congruent. And isometries, congruent figures. So different types of isometries are translations. So this is when you slide something, you shift it, or rotations and reflections. So that's kind of the unit as a whole, chapter 9. So today we're going to talk about translation. So example 1, does this transformation appear to be an isometry? So are they congruent? I would say yes, these two are congruent. And then I think that these two are congruent too. They look like the same shape, same size. Example 2, in the figure EFGH is the pre-image. So this is first, and E prime, we call this prime, F prime, G prime, H prime is the image. List the corresponding parts. So I'm not going to do all of them, but FE is congruent to F prime, E prime, that segment. Then I'll do another segment. EH, the segment, is congruent to E prime, H prime, the segment. And then you could do angles. So angle E is congruent to angle E prime. So prime means after there has been a transformation. So the specific type of transformation that we're doing today is called a translation. So a translation is to literally shift something. So if you have, let me draw something quick. So a translation would be this arrow right here is being translated. It's just shifted. So a translation or a slide is an isometry that maps all figures the same distance in the same direction. It's called a shift. I am literally just shifting this object around. So if you have an object that shifted 3 left and 4 up, this ordered pair can describe it. So 3 left, 4 up. So if X is minus and it's going left, if X plus, it's right. If Y minus, it's down. And Y plus is up. So let's describe each shift. So this is going right 1, and then it's going left 5. This one's going, oh, it's not moving, so it's not moving anywhere in the X. So X is staying the same, but then it's going up 2. That's how it's being shifted. So find the translation of ABC after X plus 3, Y minus 4. Label the image and the pre-image. So I'm going to label ABC first. So A is negative 4, 2. B is negative, oops, I just did that wrong. So negative 4, 2, right here. Negative 5, 2. and then negative 1, 5. Okay, so you have this triangle, and make sure you always label A, B, C. So this means what we're going to do is we're going to take and shift A 3 units right and 4 units down. So A goes 3 units right, 4 units down. So A prime is right here. Then we're going to do that to B. We're going to shift B 3 units right and 4 units down. So that's going to be B prime. And then we're going to do the same thing with C. We're going to shift it 3 units right and 4 units down. Make sure you label it C prime. So in the end, it should be the exact same shape and size. So you can be a little neater than this, but so make sure you label means you put the primes where you need to. Okay, number 4, write a rule to describe the translation below. So your rule is going to be x, y, what happens with it. So this is a notation that you need to have. The ordered pair, how is it being transformed? So it's being transformed by start at the Q and then move to the Q prime. So what's happening with Q and Q prime? So Q is going back and up. So Q is going back 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to be x minus 4. And then it's going up 1. So it's y plus 1. So you need to have this notation here. XY with the arrow that's talking about your translation and how it's being shifted. Okay, Abby walks 2 blocks east of her house and 5 blocks north. So she's going, let's make an XY axis here. This is east, west, north, south. So if she's going 2 blocks east, it's going to be x plus 2, and 5 blocks north is y plus 5. Then she walks 4 blocks east and 2 blocks south. So 4 blocks east is going to be up 2 again, and 2 blocks south is going to be y minus 2. So where does she end up at? So she ends up at plus 2 is 4, plus 5 minus 2 is 3. So she ends up 4 blocks east and 3 blocks up or north. So in the last part, using matrices. Use matrices to show how this is translated 5 units up and 2 units right. So first we're going to make a matrix out of ABC. So watch. The x goes on top and the y goes on the bottom. The x goes on top, the y goes on the bottom. X on top, y goes on the bottom. So this is a 2 rows by 3 column matrix. So when you translate, you're going to add a matrix. So the matrix that you're going to add is 5 units up and 2 right. So 2 right deals with the x, 5 units up deals with the y. So notice how all of these right here are x's. So I'm going to add 2, 2, and 2 in the x spot. And then the y's are all down here. So I'm doing 5 units up. So it's going to be positive 5, positive 5, positive 5. So in the end, when you add these two matrices together, it's a 2 by 3 plus a 2 by 3. It has the same dimension. So you add their corresponding parts. 0 plus 2 is 2. 6 plus 2 is 8. 9 plus 5 is 14. 5 plus 5 is 10. 5 plus 5 is 10. So here's your resulting matrix. That's how you show your work. So the x's always go on top and the y's go on the bottom. The x is on the top, the y is on the bottom. So the resulting ordered pairs would be A prime is at 1, 4, B prime is at 2, 10, and C prime is at 8, 10.